Hey Christians, I have a quick question.
All right, I'm ready.
Who is the only true God? Because Jesus says in John 17:3 that they may know you, the only true God, which is referring to the Father.
It's always John 17:3, never John 17:1 through 5, which absolutely obliterates their really bad argument to try to say that Jesus isn't God. Because yes, the Father is the one true God in John 17:3. And yet, in the very same verse, Jesus puts himself on equal footing with the Father. It says that this is eternal life, that you know the only true God and Jesus Christ, whom you sent. Because Jesus is the one in verse 2 who actually grants eternal life, and in verse 4 and 5 is the one who shares in the same glory as the Father since before the world existed. Because the Father, being the one true God, does not nullify the divinity of Jesus. John already intros Jesus as God in the very first chapter, in the very first verses, that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And if you take a monarchical Trinitarian view on this, there is literally no problem here, that the Father is the one true God and that Jesus, his Son, is God in a predicative sense because he shares in the divine nature.
This isn't just my opinion. The early church father Irenaeus agrees with me. Irenaeus said Jesus taught us to know one God, him alone as Father, and whoever taught against that will be a teacher of transgression.
So we're talking about Irenaeus here, the one who in Against Heresies says, but that he, referring to Jesus, in the proper sense of the word, apart from all men that ever was, is God and Lord and King eternal, who he calls the Holy Lord, the Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the one who's coming on the clouds to judge. The picture here is of the excerpt that he showed us in his video that's also in Against Heresies. The problem for him is this comes in book 4, and what I showed you came in book 3. Irenaeus has already established that Jesus is God. And here in book 4, he's talking about the Father being God and also being the Father. He's not saying that Jesus isn't God because this passage isn't commenting on the divinity of Christ. Irenaeus has already done that. What the guy in this video did was a clear misuse of Irenaeus, whether ignorantly or purposefully, I do not know, but the scriptures and the early church fathers are explicitly clear that Jesus is God. And cherry picking John 17:3 won't save anyone from this reality.